What's good? 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 What's good, y'all? I'm back. Yeah, I'm back in the Looney bin. What's good? We back in the Looney bin tonight. We got a couple of things to cover. I'm just happy to be here. I did like 5 test broadcasts. I'm gonna let y'all know now. I was like, I'm so nervous. But we're just gonna get into it. You know what I'm saying? And that's all that's gonna have to happen. So, without further ado, Looney Bin, let's go.
Have a seat, have a seat. What's tea? Welcome to the Looney Bin. Have a seat, have a seat. We here to get into some things, some tea. Might mess around and eat, cook together, get it together. What's tea? Dirty Harry segment, mental health series. A word from Jenny Allure. Word. Like, share, and subscribe.
Hey y'all. So yeah, I'm back in the Looney Bin. I have new equipment to test, things like that, but I'm back here and I just want to jump right in. How's everybody doing tonight? We always start with the mental health series, of course. And how's everybody doing tonight? One being your best, five being the worst mentally. How are you doing tonight? Um, hey, mama. Hey. I'll say for me, I am, and I always say I'm a two, even if I'm a one feeling. But I don't know. I always be like, I might, I might get sucked back in. That's a big drop to fall off of being a one. So I always say like two, but I could say I'm a 1.5 right now. I'm great. You say you're a one. That's amazing. That's awesome. How's everybody else doing out there tonight? From 1 to 5, one being your best, five being the worst. Mental health series check in. How do you feel? Because yeah, I say I'm a 1.5. Um, yeah, I'm a 1.5. I'm very happy. I'm very fulfilled in life, if you want to say that. And I am just, yeah, very fulfilled, very happy. That's all. I don't want to get it too much into that because that comes in other segments, later segments. I know you guys are out tonight. It's Sunday, but people's out. And you'll catch the replay and you can chime in the comments below. But I want to get straight into the show tonight because it's an hour show and I have segments and I have things in case people forgot how the Looney Bin runs. So we can get into pop culture. Mhm. So, pop culture this episode will be why does the majority favor old school over new school? Hmm, why? I'll say, and y'all let me know in the comments or anything if my sound's not right, if I don't know, this is my first time broadcasting with this type of equipment, so it's a lot louder, it's a lot, yeah. So just let me know. But why does the majority favor old school over new school? Um, I'll say for me, it's nostalgic. It's definitely the memories and what we were going through at the time when those songs came out. So it's definitely that for me. With a lot of people, it's the same thing. Um, I know, like back in the day when like Nelly was popping. You know what I'm saying? Like you thought you was just in love with anybody and everybody that you was dating or talking to. Like you just thought you would just it was just there was a song that went with everything you was feeling about that person. So yeah, like around that time, that was crazy. The Lil Jon and the East Side Boys, that was a crazy time because it was just like, damn, everything's cracking. Just imagine, like, I don't know, I am about to turn 29 on May 7th, and I feel like our age group, like, we didn't really get to experience Lil Jon and the East Side Boys like we should have, and Lil Scrappy, and like all them motherfuckers, like, we didn't get to really experience that time in the fucking club like we should have. And like we experience it now because we just be outside, but and we experienced it like coming up because we was outside. We wasn't supposed to be. I know I wasn't supposed to be outside. I was goddamn 15, 14, 16 in the motherfucking club and wasn't supposed to be. Wasn't supposed to be at all. But I was in there because I knew somebody or, anything. But it's just like, no, these kids nowadays, they don't know what it means to be outside. They be like, I'm outside, this and third. No, y'all don't know what it means to be outside. Being outside is not going to a house party and that shit get shot up or this, that, and the third, blah, 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 blah. Like this shit, it should not be normal. And it is to motherfuckers. Like it is to kids and adults, even parents. They be like, oh, that shit got shot up, this, that, and the third. Like motherfuckers just be like, okay, that is what it is. No, that's not what it's supposed to be what it is. Like kids are supposed to be able to enjoy being outside. And, you know, outside, you got outside, like the kids that just be outside playing dirt, this, that, and the third, like we used to do when we was coming up, this, that, and third. When you hit teenage years, yeah, you ain't playing in dirt no more, but you still will get down and dirty with some Barbies and shit. With everybody else, like, you know what I'm saying, with your little cousin, this, that, and third, you ain't too proud to do that. Nowadays, like you hit the teens, it don't even matter. It could be 13. You hit the teens, you never touch a Barbie. You'll never touch none of that. You just be like, nah, I'm too cool for that. I'm on TikTok. Like I got, you know what I'm saying, a million followers on TikTok. I don't do that. Like, that wasn't that. That wasn't what it was supposed to be. That's not what it's supposed to be. Still to this day. And these kids are missing out on what it used to be. They are. Um, yeah, so basically new school versus old school. New school's missing that ambiance. It's missing the that flavor. It's missing what we used to strive off of, like anything. Like I don't know. I think social media killed a lot of what we loved in music, and it did. And just like R&B. Let's say R&B for example. Like R&B don't sound the same no more. R&B is still chasing that viral factor of today. Everything that's R&B is still chasing that. Oh, if I got a catchy hook, then they'll catch on to this or this, that, and third. We don't really have to say too much. We can just talk about us having sex or this, that, and the third. Like you don't. It's not doing what it used to do for us. And back in the day, it used to be about that girl that I knew I never could get, but she talked to me. And now we talking and now we got something going on. And I'm just doing my best to hold on to her or something like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Keith Sweat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just anything, like out just anything. Music Soul Child. Anthony Hamilton, by the way, he did a April Fool's joke yesterday and told everybody he was done with music, which is that's foul. Don't do that. That's foul. We're not gonna do that. But we don't have that anymore. We just have so much access to everybody, every store, R&B stores, soul, rhythm and blues, all that, everything. We just have so much access to everybody. So it's not as like, oh, this person is about to drop an album and I can't wait to hear what they've been talking about, what they've been thinking about, what they've been going through. Like it's not that because we put everything on social media so everybody knows. And I think that is a way, and I'm gonna dig into me a little bit, but I think that's a way of where I keep my old soul. Like I don't put everything. You'll find out the things that matter, the things that I put up on statuses and things like that, whatever the case may be. That's entertainment wise. But oh, sorry guys, which bro? Hey, how you doing? How you doing, Capri? Ronnie, which bro? I got a couple. But yeah, like I just it's different. It's very much different from what we are used to when it comes to like music and or not saying I guess I'll say idols or whoever the people that we look up to in music and our inspirations and things like that. It's just different. Like they're older now. If you're anything like me, they're definitely older, and you got to hold on to the magic they've put into the world already. Um, yeah. So we're gonna move on. I want to stay on time and stay on schedule tonight. So we're gonna move on to Let's Talk Hip Hop. Like I said, a lot of people will be catching this back live and or back playback, not live. But that's fine with me. We're just still gonna get into the show. So let's talk hip hop. How do we feel about Ice Spice? Hmm. Yeah, I definitely wanted to talk about that. How do we feel about Ice Spice? How I feel about Ice Spice, I'll tell you the truth. I feel like Ice Spice is very beautiful. She's very smart. Or she's either very smart or she has a great fucking smart team around her. But at the end of the day, I'd like to think these women in hip hop are calling their own shots. So I would say she's very smart. Um, she knows how to work her way around the industry and still be able to just be herself. And that's amazing and that's great to be able to do that, especially in this day and age. But regardless, as a female in hip hop, because a lot of times we get sucked up into the hype. And she's very beautiful. She's light skinned. And I'm not saying that because that makes her beautiful. That's not a beautiful attribute. At the end of the day, her skin is her skin and she's beautiful. But at the end of the day, what is pushed to the forefront of hip hop right now is light skin, nice body, this, that, and third, regardless if you bought it or not. But she's natural. She rocks her natural hair. She is just doing her shit and she has her own sound that she locked into and she's gaining the notoriety of the public. And I feel like it's working for her and she knows that it is. A lot of times artists see something that's working for them, and then they're in that pocket and then they see something that's working for everybody else and everybody jumps on that. Everybody that's already on, they jump on that. Like last summer, everybody jumped on the drill. Everybody jumped on the drill just because it was hot at that time. And that's pretty much her sound. And that was a perfect time for her to come out. I say all the time, if you're a female rapper, if you're any rapper, if you're any type of artist, at the end of the day, if you seize a moment and you see an opportunity that fills your sound, but you can do it, like you're in that pocket, that's you, that's what your sound is. Go ahead and jump out there with it. Do what you have to do. It's not you clinging onto a sound, this, that, da, 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 da. A lot of times we can just prove that we can do something. A lot of times. But a lot of times that is your sound and you're just taking your time coming out there and doing whatever. If that's the wave at the moment and you know what I'm saying? Like Ice Spice, that was her wave. That was her wave, and she jumped out there, and it clasped on, and that's how it's supposed to be. And she was able to seize her moment and do what she was supposed to do, and she did. And I have nothing but respect for Ice Spice, especially with the fact that she's not messy. I know there's this little thing between her and Lotto. I didn't do a lot to be able to share my screen and share, but I know if you go and dig up, you know what I'm saying? It's not even dig up, but you go on TikTok or Twitter or whatever the case, you find whatever you need to find. There's this little whatever between her and Lotto. I feel like it's between the fans more than it is between the artists. They have never really had a spat or anything between them. So I understand why it's a thing. I think it's the natural reaction. They're both, light skin, thick, nice body, the curls, whatever the case may be, blah, blah, blah. And the fans are like, okay, who do we usher in? You got a lot of fans who in turn don't really fuck with Barb's. Then you got Barb's that fuck with Ice Spice, especially because Nicki Minaj endorsed her. And then you got the people in the middle that want to fuck with both and don't want to choose a side. It's just all of that together. So I don't know. My advice to Lotto and Ice Spice is to keep continuing on doing your shit and don't worry about each other. If you run into each other and that's what it is, that's what it is. But regardless of the fact, you guys can probably come up better together than you can apart. And it be the fans. It really be the fans that's doing the most and creates a fucking beef out of nothing. So don't feed into the bullshit. And yeah, we're gonna slide past that. Um, yeah, we're gonna go into relationship talks. Ooh. We're gonna go into relationship talks. So with relationship talks, and that's a big jump, but we're doing what we do. We're gonna go into relationship talks. Matter of fact, because I went from pop culture into let's talk hip hop, and yeah, I kind of want to let y'all marinate on that. So we're gonna do that, and we're going to let y'all know that we have a Looney Bin Indies playlist, and if anybody has any music that they want to share on the Looney Bin Indies playlist that's on all platforms or at least Spotify, you can email me or message me and I will add it. But for now, we're just going to play this. Any day now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be any day now. Let me know if
Kenny Allure. I should do it like that. I should do it like that.
Why is it not playing? I don't know what's going on, y'all. Is it playing? Let me know if it's playing.
That bitch bad, no cap. How she do it like that? She sauced up, no mac. How she do it like that? She scrub the ground, she scrub the ground, go round and round it. She scrub the ground, she scrub the ground, go round and round it. That bitch bad, no cap. How she do it like that? She sauced up, no mac. How she do it like that? She scrub the ground, she scrub the ground, go round and round it. She scrub the ground, she scrub the ground, go round and round it. That bitch bad, no doubt. All she wanna do is pout. You don't give her what she wants, she out. Unemployed clocked out. Free spirit, you can hear it when she say period. Free spirit, you can hear it when she say period. With her friend, she ratchet. She got sass, let you have it. She don't need no work done, got ass from the cabbage. And them other bitches average. If it's long, baby, come on, give me that long stroke knee. Tell them little niggas bro something, I beat it. Men and men, oh no, no, topless dancing like go go. She was first, ain't no running from the po-po. Ain't no running. Ain't no running from the po-po. Ain't no running. Ain't no running from the. Ain't no running from the po-po. Ain't no running. Ain't no running from the po-po. That bitch bad, no cap. How she do it like that? She sauced up, no mac. How she do it like that? She scrub the ground, she scrub the ground, go round and round it. She scrub the ground, she scrub the ground, go round and round it. That bitch bad, no cap. How she do it like that? She sauced up, no mac. How she do it like that? She scrub the ground, she scrub the ground, go round and round it. She scrub the ground, she scrub the ground, go round and round it. Tell him lick it, but he stick it. Leave him empty, leave him lifted. It ain't no room for him cheating, cause he empty when he leaving. All them birds up in his followers, but none of them are swallowers. They do tricks for cheap niggas, I only do tricks for ballers though. Gas mask, he be blowing hella gas for the princess. I don't never gotta ask. Hot box, keep the windows up. I like gangsters heater in his tux, light the city up. He say he love me, got a blast. Jimmy Neutron make his gadgets buzz. Oh dear, oh dear. Make his gadgets buzz. Come here. Heater in his tux. Oh dear, oh dear. Say he love me, boy, come here. That bitch bad, no cap. How she do it like that? She sauced up, no mac. How she do it like that? She scrub the ground, she scrub the ground, go round and round it. She scrub the ground, she scrub the ground, go round and round it. That bitch bad, no cap. How she do it like that? She sauced up, no mac. How she do it like that? She scrub the ground, she scrub the ground, go round and round it. She scrub the ground, she scrub the ground, go round and round it.
I'm back. I'm back. Oh yeah, that was No Cap by Shani Lord. Make sure y'all stream that. I'm good. Um, yeah, that was No Cap. Um, we will get into relationship talks. Ooh. All right. We're right on time and schedule. That's great for me. Okay, so I'll say with relationship talks, I want to talk about healing. Like, I really want to talk about healing. I haven't talked about that publicly in a while, but I definitely want to talk about it because healing looks different to everybody. Healing is different for everybody. Um, you can't tell somebody how to heal from something, and you can't tell somebody, oh, you're healing too fast, or you're healing too slow, or this and that, third, whatever the case may be. Just because you heal a little bit slower or you heal a little bit faster than the next person doesn't mean that they're doing it wrong. They're doing it their way. They're going at their own pace. Um, I'll say for me personally, um, people say things like, "Oh, you didn't take the time to heal from this, that, and the third." Personally, it just depends what you have to heal from. I'm not beaten and battered. I'm not. Um, hey, baby. I'm not to the point where I need to really, step back because I know when I need to step back. But I'm not to the point where I need to step back from everything and I'm not okay to keep moving forward with my life. And you got people that's like, oh, you didn't heal from this, that, and third. Let's say, like I said, this is relationship talk. So let's say, for instance, relationships. Um, Somebody getting out of a relationship and they start something new um, in under 6 months. I'll say 6 months because that's like the normal for people. And you get a lot of people around them that say, oh, you didn't heal or you didn't this, that, and the third, whatever the case may be. Who's to say that that person did not heal? Who's to say that person didn't heal the way they know how to heal? Who's to say that person didn't have anything to heal from? Like a lot of times, y'all think just because something ends, you have to heal from it. Just because ending is part of life. Everything is not meant to go on forever. So we know an ending is coming. A lot of times when you get with somebody, a lot of times, like, yeah, when you a teenager and everything like that, everything seems like it's gonna last forever. Like, yeah, I'm gonna be with this person forever, this, and that, third. When you become an adult and you grow and you've been in relationships and you've been married and things come to an end, you're not gonna be like, oh, I just started this with this person and it's so amazing and this, that, and the third, whatever. This is gonna be forever. Like everything does not seem like that. When you're a teenager, every relationship seems like it's gonna be forever. When you're an adult, you know from the beginning. At the end of the day, oh, this person is in my life to show me something, teach me a lesson, whatever the case may be. Or this person is just for now, or I just want to have fun, or whatever the case may be. You know, but every person is not meant to be in your life forever. And that's okay. That is okay. You don't need to be attached to everybody forever. Somebody is there to teach you something. Somebody is. Life itself is going to teach you something, but it's going to put different roadblocks, different things in your life, obstacles that you feel like, oh, I can't go over this. It might be a person, it might be a place, and it might be a thing. But at the end of the day, it's there. And in order for you to get to the next part in your journey, you won't have to get over that. There's ways to you can get around it, you can go under it, you can dig a moat, you can do whatever you want to do, but that same thing's going to keep popping up in your life in a different form. Like it's going to keep popping up in your life. It could be, oh, this ex that I couldn't get over. It was a certain thing that this person did and it was just bothering me. Like, and then you start dating somebody else and you're like, oh, this is great, this is amazing. And then they start doing that same thing and you're like, what the fuck? Like, no, no. But yeah, it's going to keep coming. It's going to keep popping up in your life until you get over it. You have to come to terms with whatever that is. And I've learned that and I'm still learning it at the end of the day. But regardless of the fact, you just got to get over the shit that you just don't want to talk about. Certain people don't want to talk about things. I had somebody ask me about the psych ward episode. I had somebody ask me about that, and it was like, how did you get the balls to even get up there and say all of that? And basically, it was just the loony bin is where I find my comfort, and I talk. I don't care if there's 1,000 people watching me or if there's one person watching me. I'm still going to talk my shit, especially when I go live. I'm still going to do my segments and talk and get it out because that's how I keep going. between this and music is how I keep going. So I just can hope that somebody plays it back and they hear something that helps them, even if it's just a little segment, something small. It helps them, and that helps me. And so, yeah. um, we are going to talk about, is it okay to let outside sources control your social life? No, that's not okay. It's not okay to let outside sources control your social life. And I mean that in the way of saying friends that you go to for advice or anything like that, and they chime in on things, and they're like, oh, I don't think you should take that job, or I don't think that you should be with that person, or whatever the case may be. Okay, well, why? A lot of times, if we literally just ask that one question, we don't ask that question. We just take it. We just take that from our friends and our the people around us. We just take that advice, but we don't ask why. If you ask that person why, why shouldn't I take that job, or why shouldn't I be with that person? A lot of times they don't even have the why. They don't have the why. They could just tell you what they think you should do. They wouldn't even do it. If you was about to get a job, you know what I'm saying, it paid goddamn $26 an hour or whatever, and you about to leave a $22 an hour job or whatever, you comfortable at this job, you've been at this job for some years, whatever case, but you know that this will be a jump and you'll be able to do everything that you want to do and everything like that, and you explain your why to that person, and they just be like, at the end of all of it, they just like, nah, I think you should stay at $22 job or whatever, 24, whatever case I said. Why? This is a $26 job opportunity. Why should I stay here? Everything that I told you, but there's pluses to that. So why should I stay? What? And they, a lot of times they can't tell you why. And if they can't tell you why, that should tell you something. That's not a person that you need to have in your life, because you've already talked yourself into it. You know that that's supposed to be for you. You're supposed to get that $26 an hour job. You're supposed to be working that. You're supposed to be doing what you're supposed to be doing. But you go to these people because a lot of times, like humans, we want validation. We want congratulations. We want all that. We really do, especially from the people that we say that love us. So we want that. And when you don't get it, you suppress it low key. I'm not even gonna project. I'm gonna say what I feel. Nope, you don't suppress it. I do. I suppress it. I suppress that feeling when I know that I deserve a, oh yeah, take that. You moving up. Or yeah, congratulations. Even if you don't feel that way, just congratulate, whatever. Like, but I'm glad people show their true colors. I don't want to say, oh, I'm glad you don't say, you just say congratulations and you don't feel that. No, let your true colors out. I need to know that when I'm moving on to the next phase of my life and I take this job. I need to know. And yeah, a lot of times people are not as happy for you as you would want them to be or as you think they are. And that's sad. And it's up to us to weed it out. It's up to us to weed it out. But yeah, we're into the second quarter of the show. So we're going to do what we do, because I'm going to start incorporating a lot more music into the show. So we're going to do that. Damn, don't tell me I'm lying. How'd that happen? Oh, there we go. All right. But yeah, I'm play Black Banana. Go see that video. It's amazing. Sorry, y'all. I thought it was playing and it wasn't. I mean, it was, but it wasn't. Was on. It's all good.
Black Madonna, hey. Yeah. I don't want no problems. I'm just out here, I'm just trying to make $1. Hey, throw my cake up in the oven, prima donna. Hey, I'm so pretty and so big, I feel like Roger. I'm pre-iconic. The Black Madonna. Hey, if I spill my drink, I'm tipping. I'm so sorry. Hey, tell the gang to load it up and bring the Harleys. The main event don't show up early, I'm quite tardy. The Black Madonna. Yeah. Bitches be sketchy like Chalk Zone, they draw for real. But not my bitches, they don't go for me, they brawl for real. Get smacked down on a Monday, they raw for real. They pressing on me like charges, I got balls for real. Flow switch up, you think I had a hiccup? Yo, lip, you better pick up one little key, on stiff up, stiff like a standee. And I know they can't stand me, well, okay, have a seat where the fans be. However you want it, little mama gon' tap that. That's word to Luda, this is ludicrous. A couple years in the game, but I'm not new to this. Say yeah, get played, yeah, like a Sega, push a button. I'm a good girl, I can change it up, not a bad guy. I don't want no problems. I'm just out here, I'm just trying to make $1. Hey, throw my cake up in the oven, prima donna. Hey, I'm so pretty and big, I feel like Roger. I'm pre-iconic. The Black Madonna. Hey, if I spill my drink, I'm tipping. I'm so sorry. Hey, tell the gang to load it up and bring the Harleys. The main event don't show up early, I'm quite tardy. The Black Madonna.
Real pop star, real rock star, take jiggle, then lock jaw. Yeah, I use two pot lock, VNEs, I pop lock, real locksmith, Monster Inc., no lockness, Black Madonna, I'm popped in, but it's fuck niggas, no not sick. I just want a material girl that
just want all the money in the world.
they came from the dungeon, but growing up, I ain't really want shit. But when I caught, they hung up, acting on Madonna. Whole time, I ain't really want much, but still they hung that phone up. Yeah, hitting Atlanta, no Danny, no nigga, I live to tell. Hoover gang, Big Bro and Lil Bro, they into the groove as well. Both of them 7-4. EBK, so you may never know. EBK, so you may never know.
I don't want no problems. I'm just out here, I'm just trying to make $1. Hey, throw my cake up in the oven, prima donna. Hey, I'm so pretty and so big, I feel like Roger. I'm pre-iconic. The Black Madonna. Hey, if I spill my drink, I'm tipping. I'm so sorry. Hey, tell the gang to load it up and bring the Harleys. The main event don't show up early, I'm quite tardy. The Black Madonna.
Yep, that was Black Madonna by me and Boston George, BG. Shout out to BG. um, all right, we will get into a word from Shani Allure. A word from Shani Allure is just a little quick segment that is at the end of the show, and it's just a little bit about a collective of what we talked about, but at the same time, a little talking point from me. Um, I think our talking point today will be forgiveness. And what forgiveness, I will say, there's a lot of growth that comes from forgiveness. A lot of people take for granted what you can get from forgiveness. You can get so much from forgiveness. I mean, wow. You really can. You can grow so much, and people don't really want to do it. It's so much pride in today's world. so much pride in today's world, and people feel like they don't have to forgive, or they don't have to come to terms with the decisions that they made, or the decisions that somebody else made and they didn't have any control over. You still have to come to terms with that, because you're not going to grow. You're not going to advance in life if you don't understand what happened and why it happened. Sometimes you don't understand why it happened. You can't, because it was the other person's fault or whatever the case may be. But you can understand what you did and how you can go forward and not make those same decisions. I won't say same mistakes, because that kind of puts the blame on you when somebody else did you wrong. So we won't say that, but we will say the decisions you made that led up to that point. And we don't want to feel like that. None of us want to feel like victims. I know I don't ever want to feel like a victim. And so I can take into accountability what I did that led up to that point. I may have not been the person that did the harm or whatever the case may be, but I can take up to accountability of what I did up to that point. And it may be so small as to just go to sleep. You went to sleep and that was it. But regardless of the fact, you know that you were in that place, in that moment, in that time, in that setting, and you were vulnerable or whatever the case may be, and you did whatever. Um, or whatever happened. I just want to say, as far as that, like I said, forgiveness is something that you need to have to go forward. And in this next chapter in my life, I'm very happy to say that I have forgiven a lot of people in my life that have wronged me, that I have wronged, that I have wronged back because they wronged me, anything like that. I literally am to a point in my life where I know that greatness is coming, and I don't have the time or the moment, effort, whatever the case may be. I don't have that in me to sit and ponder why this person did this to me. I don't have that in me. I don't care. This person did what they did. That's what it is. We're going to move forward. We're going to live life. And that's where I sit. I'm going to live life regardless. We have a little bit of time left. Um, but there's not too much going on. Like I said, I knew tonight was a busy night for a lot of people, especially indies. Shout out to the indies. And y'all have a lot going on. But I wanted to shoot this show and get back out there ready for Moods the Mixtape 2.0 to drop. And I'm excited and I can't wait, because it's definitely going to show my interior. It's going to show my interior. Like, it's going to drop down all the glitz and glam, the wigs, the makeup, the outfits, the whatever the case. It's going to drop down all that, and it's just going to show you me. And I can't wait for that, because I'm so much more that meets the eye. Like, I really am. And it's not beautiful all the time. It's not beautiful majority of the time. Majority of the time, that shit is like, ugh, what? So, not, I can say right now, no, but the majority of my life, like, I'm just now getting to the point where I feel like, oh my gosh, life life is so beautiful, and I could have been living that way, but I was just so caught up in what was going on. You know what I mean? And we'll get more in depth in that, as the Looney episodes go. I'll have more story times. I do want to let everybody know that there will be a giveaway soon. Have the Red Room booked for May 14th at 8 p.m. If you're not able to be here in person, please catch the live on YouTube. Um, I'm gonna have a good time. It's a mixtape release slash birthday celebration. My birthday is on May 7th. Um, Moves the Mixtape 2.0 drops May 8th, and I have a lot to do. I have to work. I have military shit to do during that time. So we're going to celebrate officially on May 14th. And yeah, it's going to be a good time. If you have music with me, hit me up because I want you guys to come to the Red Room and enjoy time, perform, do whatever you want to do. It's up to you. I'm here. And you can come to the Looney Bin anytime and get an interview. Just hit me up in the inbox or email shanialora@gmail.com. I had a great time here tonight, and I'm glad that I was able to tap back in with you guys. Make sure you catch the replay. And yeah, we out of here.